So for our class today, we're gonna start the lesson 5 from that book we've been using. And in this lesson 5, we're going to talk about version control and hosting platforms. How could you introduce this subject for us? What do you know about it, and what do you expect we're going to see?
Man, these version controls are really important on some dependence on your project. Like, oh, the imagine I have like some React project
Mm-hmm,
and I have like 10 dependents on the project on
mm-hmm,
like some imports I made. And imagine I have like two loaders to this program to this project to make like a loader on that. But
mm-hmm.
there's some new esqueci atualização
Updates.
yeah, there's some new updates on that, and you just need to update that, or that will like be struggling your project,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to like every time version this control. But the problem is sometimes they change not just the front end of the things, but they change the back end too. Like they change the way to make these, and sometimes you need to change your code too, and not just like update
In this
this
case, don't
version.
use not just, use not only. Say
Not
not
only
only,
okay,
and in the second phrase, use but also.
okay,
Okay?
okay, but they use not only these dependents, and that is the problem. And you always have this situation. You have to update your code like also your things and everything, and that's hard because you need to update everything and version your code well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. And the hosting platforms, it's just about like like the hostinger and something
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm. But
And
this
it's
these
just
hosting platforms, they are specifically for hosting websites, or you can have a hosting platform for other things.
no, this host platform it's for everything. You the idea of that you can like rent a computer
Mm-hmm.
and use that like a server. And this computer it's turned on every single day to be entered by someone or someone else, like
Mm-hmm.
you know. And there is the idea. Like we have the system of the condominium, and we have the server, and we have so many APIs on that,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to like set these every day to be working. And like imagine it, that can work any day, like every day that needs to be going. And there's the problem. And we need to like rent a server for that to working every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's some plans, like like you can rent a plan for a common PC, for a good PC, for a really good PC, and
Mm-hmm.
just to run or PHP or just to run Node.js.
Mm-hmm.
You need to see a lot of aspects
Aspects.
aspect, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of aspect on that. And there's a problem. There is a lot of things, and that can be expensive in some case.
Okay, and sometimes when the person doesn't know about it, like he can take a very expensive hosting platform, but it will not use all the
Yeah,
tools it offers, so
yeah,
it's not necessary.
yeah. But there's some problems. Like you need to know where is a good place for you, because some hosting platforms they just make like different ways to charge you.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazon, there is one, it's AWS,
Mm-hmm.
but they have one good thing. They just charge you about what you using. And like you don't pay like a fixed value. And like you don't pay like 1,000 by month. No, you pay like what you using. Like if I
Okay, like if you
waste,
use so much, you're gonna pay proportionally to use.
yeah. But
Okay.
the problem for us that don't worth it because sometimes you can find like some place that charge like less and fixed value. And for
Mm-hmm.
us, like worth it that because we just pay like I think yeah, imagine me 300 by
Mm-hmm.
month,
Mm-hmm.
and we just pay that, and we don't need to pay like maybe 1,000 some months,
Mm-hmm.
and we just pay this fixed value, and that worth it, and that's cool.
Okay. Okay. And which hosting platforms do you use nowadays? And what do
Yeah,
you think about them?
we still using Hostinger because we made this system on PHP,
Mm-hmm.
but we are trying to manage to
We are trying. No, we have been trying because we are trying now, and now we are studying English. You know,
okay, okay.
so we have
We
been
have
trying.
we have been trying to manage one new one, and there is two. We are maybe like migrate for a new one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's Azure. Azure is from Microsoft,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one it's the. Let me just open the gate here. They
Mm-hmm.
just 1 minute.
Okay. Aí, galera, isso é normal acontecer durante a aula. Às vezes, tanto eu tenho um imprevisto, às vezes o aluno também tem. Então, aula online é isso daí. E aí a gente tem um certo jogo de cintura, porque isso é normal. Às vezes você está em casa, chega alguma encomenda, às vezes a pessoa que mora com a família, por exemplo, alguém precisa de uma ajuda emergencial, mas a gente vai lidando com isso. Ali eu fiz a correção para ele do we have been trying, ele usou we are trying. Lembrando sempre um ponto que eu passo para os alunos. We are trying, nós estamos tentando. O present continuous, que é o verbo be mais o ing, vocês vão usar para ações que vocês estejam fazendo no momento. Então, agora a gente está estudando inglês. Então, eu poderia falar we are studying English. Quando eu estou fazendo algo que tem uma recorrência, uma longa duração, por exemplo, estou fazendo inglês, estou fazendo academia, estou treinando isso, aquilo, vocês usam o Present Perfect Continuous, que é com essa estrutura aqui que eu mostrei para ele. Ó. We have been trying, a estrutura padrão é o have como auxiliar, mais o been, sempre padrão, have ou has, e depois o verbo com ing, para demonstrar a mesma ideia de que estou fazendo algo, mas aquilo tem uma longa duração, ou seja, você vem fazendo aquilo. Então, se eu falo, por exemplo, que eu estou indo à academia, então eu posso falar I have been going to the gym. Agora, se eu quero falar que eu estou treinando, mas está no momento que eu estou treinando, imagina que alguém me liga e fala assim, o que você está fazendo aí? Aí eu vou falar I'm working out. Ou seja, eu estou treinando, estou malhando, né? Malhando não é um termo muito bom, porque quem malha é vaca. Eu prefiro pensar no termo treinando. E aí a gente tem essas duas diferenças. Outra coisa que eu passei para ele ali foi o uso do not only, but also, quando você quer falar de alguma coisa que não somente, mas outra. Tava explicando aqui na gravação o uso do not only e do present perfect continuous. Okay, but
Okay.
let's return. So you were talking about the hosting platforms that you use.
Yeah, and we are studying some new one. We're studying the Azure and the Amazon or
Mm-hmm.
Amazon. Yeah, and we find the Azure better because they like charge less for us, and for our situation, I think they fit better. And
Mm-hmm.
for our new language we are using for the backend,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be better. And that's it. we are trying this new one.
Okay, very good. So, if we scroll down here in our material, we're gonna have a warm-up. And to this warm-up, we have here two questions to answer. The first one, what is the difference between Git and GitHub?
It's really simple to explain. I will explain the simple way, but after I will make like some strange way to explain, but really
Okay,
cool.
that's no problem.
But the Git, it's just the like you have the Git. It's a program on your PC to like upload your code and make the things. And the GitHub, it's like the cloud way to update your code, and you can update the Git on GitHub or on other
It's like the
platforms.
HD and the cloud, like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like the Git, it's just the program on your computer to make these, and the GitHub, it's the cloud to save that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the most famous. And I saw in these days on the Instagram one way to understand that it's the same thing or porn Pornhub.
Oh my god.
It's the
Any
same
example
thing.
the guy brings to the class?
Yeah. But when I saw that, I just can't remember. It's perfect.
Is that like that programmer's jokes, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but like in which aspect you prefer to use this Git or JIT, and in which aspect you prefer to use the other one? It's just related to the space you have to store the code,
No, no.
or like
The
the easiness you have when you start it online, for example, to share with a friend or.
yeah, like nowadays the GitHub is the best one. I just know in the past, but I can't remember the name of the other one. But it wasn't good. Like it's not good, and have like some limits of code, and you can put like all your code. You can put some images, and you can structure your code. And the GitHub it's the best one nowadays, and everyone and every programmer use that for portfolio or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Git, it's like everyone used to. It's like some consensus with all programmers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone used the same tool to upload that, but it's really easy and it's really simple. And I think they don't even try to make a new one because for us it's really okay. It's really easy to use, and
Mm-hmm.
I think there is no one to like change this. And they get money like with pro, uh, pro. I don't remember the name. Like pro profiles or something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can like upload more data. You can upload more images. And you can appear firstly than other people,
Mm-hmm.
and just that. That is how they get money.
Okay. And have you ever maintained or contributed to an open source project?
Yeah, there is one, I don't remember the name, but it's just like a carousel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's like, it's some images you put on the project and scroll like a carousel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one open source, like a project,
Mm-hmm.
but I just make a fork. The fork it's like we call when we get a project on the GitHub and we like make a new one based on this.
Mm-hmm.
And this fork like just stay in the main project, but everyone can see that. And like, oh, I make a fork about this, and you just like upload with some better things or no. But I just make a fork and make some updates on that because I think it can be better.
Mm-hmm.
And I fix like my way, and I just upload that. I don't know if that it's good because some people like this. I don't even see that after, but
Okay,
I
maybe
hope it's okay.
they could have changed something, yeah, or
Yeah.
improve.
Um, yeah, on Arduino, we have a lot of these. Like some people make some project and other people make some fork on that, and
Mm-hmm.
other people make some fork, and like in the end, you have like a Megazord.
With a lot of different pieces made by
Yeah,
different programmers.
you start to one project to show some image and finishing constructing some new camera.
Uh, and it is common in the universe of programmers, like when you have to when you need to develop something in a group, like you need to it's not correct, but like you need to change some parts of a code from another person, and this person will change some parts from some parts of your code.
Yeah,
And
like
how do the programmers deal with it?
yeah, on GitHub and Git, we have something we call merge. We can merge the code. It's like mix the code.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine I'm doing some part of the code and you're doing the same part of the code. If we like start to make changes in the same thing you are make changes,
Mm-hmm.
the the program just don't understand like, oh, what I need to upload,
Mm-hmm.
your update or my update,
Mm-hmm.
and they start to struggling, and he's make the merge. The merge is like they get your part of the code and my part of the code and show for us what is changing and what is better side by side, and they just say, are this on this way or this on this way, what do you want? And they just show for you and say there is the part, and just make these things. And advice for that is like make make like different screens on your project, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are using like different screens, probably you can't struggling because let me say, oh, I'm going working with this screen and you are working with this screen, anything gonna merge, everything gonna work properly. You just upload and I upload, and it's all right.
Okay.
That is
Okay,
the
I got it.
idea.
I got it. So it needs to be something really organized, yeah.
Yeah, and it's because of that PHP, like I said, it's not cool for a team working
Mm-hmm.
because you need like every line of the code you change, the other person it's like affected, and you need to change too. And for projects, big projects, it's not cool.
Like it's something better to work by yourself. And
Yeah,
but like when you work by yourself, it is, how can I say, it helps you more than the other languages in in this aspect, or doesn't make difference.
yeah, I prefer for front end projects and something like that because I think there are so many times we are working the same part and to fixing some big problem,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to merge. It's cool, but it's really strange because there's sometimes you can't like tell what you're really doing, and there's some parts you need to like fixing something in the part of the code of the other person, and the other person fixing part in your code, and you start to struggling and you fixing something and the other person it's struggling this, and
So it's
you
like
just
you are all the time uh fixing, struggling, fixing, struggling. So
yeah,
you spend more time to finish the project, maybe.
yeah, and the problem is like if you are good, okay, but sometimes you have like a bad person on your side and you need to do a project with this person,
Mm-hmm.
and some person like learning this way and some person learning the other way, and you like used to make codes different,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all right. But like for coding, it's really good to all the team make the coding the same way,
Mm-hmm.
because if you do like on different way the code, you're probably gonna struggle everything too. And the code don't gonna work, and the pro the the problem too is like the person makes some error and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what is happening because you make your code and the other person fuck with the code and you need to deal with the other error you don't even
And
know.
maybe sometimes you fuck with the code of other person too, like
Too, the same
because
thing.
like
For
trying to fix your part, you need to fuck with the other person's code.
Yeah, but like there's some parts you just fuck and you don't even know because your screen it's alright. Like
Okay.
I
You
I was
solve your
making.
problem, but you cause the problem to the other person.
Yeah, there is one time I was making one
I was
was
making.
I was making, yeah, I was making one. It's like one SMS receiving confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you need to confirm the SMS on your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to make like three screens for that and receive these on the back end and make
Receive.
some receive.
Yeah.
Okay, to receive the message on the back end and make a lot of things in a lot of screens. And I just trying that. And one time I can, but I need to make like the changes in the code and get the upload of my friend. And after that, it stopped working. And I just don't know what is happening. And in the code, don't say any error. Like it's
The
nothing
code
happened.
was okay.
Yeah, but just don't send a message. And I try to search, and I find he's just delete
I
all parts of.
found in the past.
Yeah, I found the part, and I just found his delete all imports I made on the backend screens because he think like that wasn't used on the code,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just delete that. And like on this screen don't make sense, but for me makes. And there's a problem. Sometimes the program accuse like you don't using
Mm-hmm.
these imports, and he's just delete. It's not her fault, but like that happened.
But it
Yeah,
fuck
you
with
need to
your
know.
code. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. Yeah, it's like it's hard, but sometimes it's necessary to. So
Yeah,
you need to, as you said, you need to work with some programmer who is really good and who used to think in the same way you think, like
yeah.
used
That is
to
the
program in the same way, and it's open to change the code, like, and tell you before making some change.
yeah. And like I said, you need to get a person really acostumada com você,
Really
used to.
use it to you.
Okay, a person really used it to you to working, because that's really good. That make your flow getting better and everything get better.
Yeah, yeah. It's like in all the jobs, yeah.
Yeah,
When you work with partners who are closer to you, you work really better. But most of the times, the partners are not close to you, and you spend all your day arguing
yeah,
and gossiping.
yeah.
It's a shit.
And on
It's
my
because of
area,
that.
the
It's because of that I prefer to work here in my house by
yeah,
myself, like just the student and I, because I don't like to spend energy dealing with people who will not add nothing
yeah.
for my life.
I like these too.
Because
But
of this, you got a programmer.
yeah, but sometimes you need to work in with something or something like that. And the problem is on IT area, the people used to be lonely and shy,
Mm-hmm.
and those people don't want to talk and like that. And
Mm-hmm.
like on my class, there are three persons I speak, talk, but the
There are
others,
three people I talk to.
okay, there are three people I talk to, and like the people used to be shy and those things, and don't talk too much. And
Mm-hmm.
there's the problem.
Okay, yeah, it's common. Work problems, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So take a look here. First, we have a reading exercise, and we have a tweet here, and you're going to explain the term pull request and repo. Look here, deleting dating apps because I want to meet someone the old-fashioned way by making a pull request on their GitHub repo. So first, I'll explain you what is old-fashioned, but it's something easy to understand, okay, about what is old-fashioned.
Yeah.
We could translate as antiquado. So the old-fashioned way by making a pull request on their GitHub repo. So, how could you explain these vocabularies it asked you? Pull request and repo.
The pull request, it's when you're trying to upload your code on the server.
Mm-hmm.
And you just make the pull request. And like first you make the commit.
Mm-hmm.
The commit it's when you just send for the server
Mm-hmm.
and the code with the like the name of the code, what
Mm-hmm.
you change, and you just type what you want to understand after what is happening,
Mm-hmm.
and you just make the commit. But the commit it's not already on the main code. It's just it's like a warm up. Like you
Mm-hmm.
just send that and it's not already on the code. It's like on the beginning, if you want with the pull, if you want to make a pull request, that's going for the main code. If you don't make the pull request, that just stay like it is. Just make a comment and you can open this comment, see what is happening, but that's not on the main code.
Okay.
It's just that the Git repo, it's the repository you have like on the GitHub. Like you
Mm-hmm.
just the main code without comments, without pull requests, and without those things in one place. And basically, it's just that the Git repo, it's the repository you have with all the information, and the pull request is when you pull a request for the main code of
Mm-hmm.
your project.
And like, of course, it is a joke from the tweet, but it's something that was really common in the past or nowadays, like to meet people in these places, these sites.
Yeah, like on the GitHub, you nowadays more because you have forums and like some website,
Some chats tools.
yeah, like that, some chants too,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a lot of places to find someone. But nowadays, they're used to like, oh, I gotta make a project to, like I made the condominium. I search condominium project on the language I want and type GitHub after. And you find a project and you find a person and you can talk with this person. And it's maybe
You
like
can
the,
talk to this person.
yeah, you can talk to this person. You can make this conversation with that, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't know about that. And have you ever met some person using it, like in a project, or some person you needed an information from code?
Man, just on forums.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Forum, yeah.
yeah, on the forums on the internet. But I don't turn friends or don't make friends on that
Mm-hmm.
because we always being like anonymous on these things. Like I just post my name. Probably it's the worst name you can imagine on the
Mm-hmm.
platform. We just like try to solve our problems and help everyone which asks us things and just that. But I don't make friends on that. And
Okay,
we just solve problems.
okay, very good. So look here, the exercise 1B. We're gonna read the text, the next page, and find words that means be informed about, ability to be hired, make a process faster, more efficient. So we're going to the text, and after we return here. In the text here, look, we're going to read as we always do and discuss about it. Let me see if it's okay in the screen. It's okay. Can you read the first paragraph, please?
Yeah. If you ever work in a huge project or contributed in an open source project, you most likely use Git. As you may know, Git is a version control system that facilitates code revision and streamlines development process. Nova is something confused Git
Novices
confuse
sometimes.
Novice sometimes confuse Git with GitHub, but they are not the same thing. While Git is a tool for manage your source code, GitHub is hosting servers that helps you store your repository or repos and show off your project to other developers. With Git, you can also keep track of all your changes and you've made of the code and push commits when you're done working on a particular feature. Let's
Okay,
dive into.
le-
Okay.
let's talk about this first paragraph. First, the words. There are some words you didn't understand here.
No, novices, it's novato.
Yeah, like the beginners.
Okay. No, I think it's just streamlines.
Stream lines.
Yeah.
like it's like
Okay.
okay. It's like
Okay.
you can think
I think there's
about
some.
uh, linhas de fluxo or something like that.
Okay.
Okay,
I
but
think
it
there
is
is some.
related to the lines of programming.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. And what is talking about here? How could
Yeah,
you
it's
explain this part?
just talking about what I said
Mm-hmm.
before about GitHub. What is Git and what is GitHub?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing. The Git is just the software to use and upload your code and make your the tools to make easier. And the
Mm-hmm.
GitHub it's where you upload these things you make.
Perfect. Very good. So here we have. Let's dive into the advantages of Git and GitHub and what it allows you to do. Okay, dive into.
Yeah.
So before we read the text, in your opinion, what are the advantages and disadvantages of Git and GitHub?
Okay. Is to read the
So
first.
when you no talk to me your opinion. What do you think are the advantages and disadvantages? And when you talk about advantages and disadvantages, do you remember you can replace these vocabularies for not being so repetitive? You can use benefit
And
and drawbacks to disadvantages.
drawbacks. Yeah. And the benefits for me of GitHub, it's the like the big part. It's for me, it's advantage and benefits. because everything we made on the GitHub, it's really simple and it's really fast. And nowadays, we just have these two. It's like two, because in the past, that was just like some lines of code to update the code. And like, if you need to make some changes, you upload that, and that can upload in somewhere we don't know. And we just open like the CMD and start typing and commit or
Mm-hmm.
push, pull. And it was really strange. I used that, but I don't like so much. But nowadays we have like these visuals central to working with that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really simple, and that is a really good advantage nowadays because you can make everything and really see the results. Like, oh, if my friend uploads some new code, I can see there's a new code here to
Mm-hmm.
upload. If I make some upload, they say for me, you make upload like 10 minutes ago. They show all information for me, and that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, no, we need to open the CMD and make the things like in the blind, like
Mm-hmm.
it's strange. But for me, the drawbacks of this, it's because sometimes you need so much to, like, how can I explain? They can make everything automatized with these visual, how can I say? Yeah, this visual interface, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
for I use from GitHub, and they can make that better. But I think the drawback is because you need so much typing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I think in the future they will upload that and make it better, and make a better way to that, and one easiest way to connect, because nowadays I'm so boring with those things because we need to make like every time we need to enter in some new account.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I have two factors. I have a big password. I have maybe two factors to enter. I need to check if I'm not a robot. And like you maybe waste like 5 minutes to enter in one account.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past was not like that. You just put your password and it's all right. And for entering some other computers, for me it's a shit. Like I need to enter on my, I need to have my cell phone. I need to like just say, oh, I'm a real person, and I need to authenticate the second factor. I need to make like if I if I gonna stole a bank, that don't gonna be so security like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it's cool, but it's not cool to be fast. Like every time I enter, I need to make these things, and that's boring for
Mm-hmm.
me. And I think that's a drawback.
Okay. Okay. Very good.